we're talking about writing linear equations today. We reviewed our slope formula, change in y compared to the change in x. Slope-intercept form is your most basic from Algebra 1 that got etched in your brain, y equals mx plus b, where m equals my slope and b is my y-intercept. What does that mean for it to be my y-intercept? What's the y-intercept? The point where it intersects the y-axis, right? Crosses y though. All right, standard form. We learned standard form yesterday. What's standard form? ax plus by equals c. What about point slope form? Anybody remember point slope form? This is the one time you're going to see me use a formula and use it consistently. I have y. I'm going to put a space. I have an equals. I have an m. So this looks a lot like this, correct? Only we're going to add two components in here. Instead of putting b, I'm going to substitute b, which is my y-intercept, for a point. That's why we call it point slope instead of slope-intercept. So slope-intercept, hence the name. This is going to be slope point. So I'm going to say y minus my y value equals m times x minus my x value. So that's how I remember it. It looks just like this one, only instead of b, I'm inserting x and y. Make sense? Will that help you remember a little bit? This is the one I like over this one. I mean, I love slope-intercept form, but putting it in the slope-intercept form when you have a point and a slope is not fun. It's much easier to use the point-slope formula. That's why they give it to you. All right. Everybody ready? All right, pencils down. Let's do this. I'm going to do it just with one formula first, then I'm going to do it with another formula, and then I'm going to do them side by side. Okay? All right, so write an equation in slope-intercept form that satisfies a set of conditions. So I have a slope, so let's use y equals mx plus b. Let me see exactly how I copied this. So here's my slope. And here's x and y. So slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. If I were to substitute what I know I have already, I could substitute my y. What's my y that they gave me? 2. Right here, right? Equals the slope, which is 4/3, times my x, which they also gave me, is 3, plus b. Now I'm just solving for b. 2 equals, these cancel each other out, and I get 4 plus b. So b equals -2. Now I'm going to use this and insert it back into my original equation. So that would be y equals, what's my slope? 4/3 x minus 2. Okay, now where kids get stuck is they go through all this, they find this, and then they forget to put it back in here. Okay, go ahead and write that one down. All right, let's do the same thing, only I'm going to use point slope form. So point slope form is y equals my slope, only I'm going to insert my y value and my x values. All right, so substituting y minus, what is my y value? 2 equals my slope, which is 4/3, times x. What's my x value? 3. Continuing, y minus 2 equals, let's distribute. Distribute this and distribute this. And I get when 4/3 is multiplied by x, isn't that just 4/3 x? And when 4/3 is multiplied by -3, don't the 3's cancel? Which gives me minus 4. What's my last step? Add 2 to both sides. So I leave with 4/3 x minus 2. No need to plug anything back in. You're just done. What do you guys think? Which one's easier? First one still can't convince you? No? You'd rather solve and then put it back in rather than just get to the answer? What? Totally. Do you know why you guys think this one's easier? Because you've seen it before, right? It's reliable. You got to find one thing and then plug it into the other thing. No, I had to plug in the exact same thing in the other one, right?
Maybe on the harder questions, otherwise, no.
All right, almost. I think they're all. This one's easier to me.
I figure one.
Okay. You guys have that copied down?
Yeah.
Recording. Okay, let's do another one. Let's see. Nope, I don't think I want to do that one. That one's too easy.
What? No, you can't do this one.
What do you mean I can't do this? Let's do this one.
So whatever the X1.
One more step to it. Okay? So, what do I need in order to find my y equals mx plus b? I need the slope. I need the slope in b if I want to use slope-intercept form, and I need the slope in a point if I want to use point-slope form, correct?
Yeah.
Either way, I don't have the slope here. So I got to find the slope. So in order to find m, I need to find the change in y over the change in x. What is my change in y? How far is it? No. How far is it from 2? Sorry, we're doing y first. 3 to -5. And how far is it from 2 to -4? 6, which reduces to 4/3. Is that a positive slope or a negative slope?
Positive.
Well, let's check. We got to check it out. I'm going to do a quick. This quadrant would be 2, 3, so like right there. And this quadrant would be -4, 5, so it's a positive slope, right? All right. Now, I'm going to go side by side. Let's get rid of this. I would rather graph than use y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Personally, that's all you're doing is checking to see if it's positive or negative. I'm going to use 2. No, this is, right here, this is how you have to find the slope. You got to use it for both methods. Right? Because they didn't give me a slope. All right, you guys ready? So I'll do one method in blue, method 1, and one method in green. How's that sound? Method 2. Which one do you want to see first?
Method 2, method 1.
Okay. Method 1 is y equals mx plus b. What's y? We gotta pick one. Which one would be easier to pick?
3.
So we're gonna use this right here. That's the point we're gonna use. Alright, so y is 3 equals my slope, which is 4/3 times x, which is 2, plus b. Now I have 3 equals, I can't cancel anything here, so it's going to be an ugly fraction. So it's going to be 8 over 3 plus b. You guys tell me, do you want me to subtract 8/3, or do you want to multiply everybody by 3 and then divide by 3?
Well, multiply everything by 3.
Okay, let's multiply everything by 3. If I multiply everything by 3, I get 9 equals 8 plus 3b. Now what? First subtract 8, right? What do I get? 1 equals 3b. Divide by 3, and I get b equals 1/3. Are we done?
No.
No, now I have to plug it in, right? So y equals 1/3, no, 4/3, sorry. That's why we use pencil. 4/3 x plus 1/3. We good? Fantastic. All right, let's do method 2. All right, method 2 is y minus my y value equals my slope times x minus my x value. Russell, am I interrupting?
I was saying like you give it a fraction. I don't know, I'm sorry.
You don't know?
I'm interrupting you pretty
Okay, so y minus, what's my y value? We can't see it. 3 equals my slope, which is 4/3 times x minus, what's my x value? 2. Now I have y minus 3 equals 4/3 x minus what? 8/3. Now what do I have to do? Add 3 to both sides. When I add 3 to both sides, I don't want to add 3 on this side. I want to add, if I put 3 into thirds, what would it be? 9/3. So it'll be y equals 4/3 x. What's 8/3 plus 9/3? Negative 8/3, positive 9/3. 1/3. Which one's easier?
First one. That's method 2. Actually, I said it before too. Well, the first one is probably what I would choose, but I'm not.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
If I add 3 to, isn't 9/3 3? You guys just aren't used to doing this in your head. Doesn't 3 equal 9/3? So if I'm comparing thirds, I want to turn 3 into thirds. That way I can just straight add them together. Do we need to practice with that? If I want to turn, if I have a fraction in 12, what would I turn 4 into?
48.
Right? If I wanted 6 and I had 5, what would I turn 5 into? Right? You getting it now? If I had, I think we got it. Do you want another one?
You got it.
We got it. Okay. Do you guys need me to go back to this one?
No.
All right, I'll pause for anybody. All right, let's do this one. We don't have to use whiteboards, though. I think I'll check on Monday to see if you guys have whiteboard markers. How's that sound? Yeah? I still need to put this extra credit in. just one less. Okay, write an equation in slope-intercept form that satisfies the set of conditions, passes through this point, and perpendicular to this line. If I'm talking perpendicular, I'm only concerned with my slope. So the slope of a perpendicular line is 3/4. So what's my actual slope? -4/3. That's all I needed from that. I don't need that anymore. I'm done with it. Don't let it sit up there and confuse you. It's not that confusing. All you were getting from that was the slope. That's it. Right? Because a perpendicular line is the opposite and then the reciprocal. Correct? Okay. I'm going to use method 2. You feel free to use method 1 if you want to, and then you can check to see if you get the same thing as me. So I'm going to use... Well, I just want you to be successful, is what I want.
Because that's what I said.
All right, y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. All right, y minus, what's my y value? 7 equals -4/3 times x minus, what's my x value? 3. Now I'm going to distribute. You guys like my pretty little line? Thank you. It works, right? All right. What is -4/3 times x? -4/3 x. What is -4/3 times -3? Positive, because we got a negative sign here, right? +4, because the 3's are going to cancel. Correct? Now all I have to do is add 7 to both sides, and it's y equals -4/3 x plus 11.
Josh got me.
Well, it's because Josh wasn't talking and explaining as he was doing it, right?
Josh raised.
Maybe I'll have you guys race on Friday. Does that sound fun? Oh my gosh, that sounds like so much fun. Everybody's going to want to come to my class on Friday, right? We're going to race. Okay. All right, questions, guys. Everybody see how I got 4?
Yeah.
Because 4, -4/3 times 3/1 is -4. +4. You don't understand what?
I understand this chapter as well as this chapter.
Do you?
Geometry.
Good. Fantastic. All right, let's see what else we have here. Oh, we're done. What did you learn today?
About
That point slope form better? Okay, making sure. What's the difference between slope-intercept form and point slope form?
1 and 2 is both a little bit.
What's the difference?
Oh no, that's one of us homework.
Oh, I'll go back to it. All right, on your assignment sheet, I like blank form because I like slope-intercept form because I'm stubborn. You can put that, right?
Page 83, I think. Let's say page 83 in the back.
All right, good job, guys.